Well, I hope by this I've got you thoroughly depressed. But I have to say, and we have to admit it, the great comedians come from Yorkshire, from Lancashire, not from Yorkshire. The only one I can remember, apart from Charlie Williams, who was featured on our programme a lot of times, is Albert Motley. I think he was Yorkshire. And he begins very depressingly. All his recitations used to begin, "The day war broke out." I suppose now they begin the day George Osborne became Chancellor of the Exchequer, and the misery would build up from there. I have to add on a sad note, this has not been a sad lecture, I hope, that you know, the old Yorkshire's dying, and the past is another county, and I think a better county. We're losing our basic industries, kids are drifting south, and change is underway. And I want to conclude with some terrible news I heard yesterday, which may not have reached you in York. Harry Ramsden's at Guiseley is closing. Harry Ramsden's at Guiseley. What more can George Osborne do to damage this country? Closing Harry Ramsden's at Guiseley. Well, I'm going to have to drive to the Magpie now in Whitby to get some decent fish and chips. I tell you, this illustrates Yorkshire. The last time I went to the Magpie, no, the previous time, I noticed there's a huge queue. Yorkshire people stood stoically in the rain. It's pouring down. There's all this huge queue to get into the Magpie. It took hours. So I was taking the then Prime Minister of New Zealand, Helen Clark, to Whitby to look at the Captain Cook Museum and see what Yorkshire had done for her country. And I thought, well, you know, we can't stand the Prime Minister in the rain. So I rang up the Magpie and said, look, it's been embarrassing, but I'm bringing the Prime Minister of New Zealand to have some fish and chips. Do you think you could reserve a table for us so we don't have to join that enormous long queue that's always there? And the immediate reaction was typical Yorkshire warmth and friendliness. No, put phone down. That's Yorkshire. So I've written, to conclude, some lines, my poem, my tribute, thoughts on the end of Harry Ramsden's at Guiseley. It's a very sad moment. I'm sad to have to repeat this. I did once, incidentally, arrange for, when Jonathan Aitken presented Calendar, a very cosmopolitan, urbane presence, Etonian, for him to take Colonel Sammy Lawn, the Good Food Guide, to Harry Ramsden's, no, the Good Food Spy for the London Evening Standard, to Harry Ramsden's. Thought this will be a boost. Somebody from London said what a marvellous place it is. So the cameras go in, these two march in, pinstripe suits, a bit unusual at Harry Ramsden's, but they sat down underneath those lovely chandeliers, and Jonathan said, what do you want to order? And I think Samuel Lawn said he'd have haddock. And Jonathan said, well, what would you like to drink with the haddock, Colonel Lawn? And Lawn said, I think nice dry white to cut through the grease. Let's, wait for us. We'll have a bottle of Montrachet Chateau Clos 1849. Huh? You can have tea or coffee and that's it. So here's my lines on the closure of Harry Ramsden's. Us Ramsden's neon sign is broke. Us chip pans no more wreathed in smoke. Us cash tills silver sound is still. Chandeliers are falling on Harry's Hill. That's the end. But I bet those chandeliers have all been bought by people in Harrogate.